up everybody, this is Power Glove Pixels. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 PlayStation 2 games growing up. To be honest with you guys, I was more of a Sega Dreamcast person, and when the PlayStation 2 came out, it just pretty much blew it out the water, and especially with the DVD and the motion engine, how powerful the system was, there was no chance for the Dreamcast to do anything pretty much. I believe the Dreamcast, one of the last games was Shenmue, which was pretty impressive at the time, but other than that, it just went downhill. So anyways, let's get to my number 5 game on the PlayStation 2, and I'm gonna have to give it to Tekken 4. I think that Tekken 4 honestly it is a really solid fighting game. I remember playing this game with friends, and one of the things I like about it is the mechanics. It has new powerful moves for each character, and another thing I like about this game is that it had real-time endings instead of full motion video, and I kind of like that. It kind of showed what the graphics were of the PlayStation 2. So definitely this is my number 5 on the PlayStation 2. So my next game in the list, I'm gonna have to give it to Gran Turismo. I think that this is a great franchise that came out to the PlayStation 2, even though I was more of a Gran Turismo 2, and out of these two, I'm gonna have to give it to Gran Turismo 3, because I don't know, this was the first one into the PlayStation 2, and when this came to the PlayStation 2, the graphics and the physics and just some of the rainy levels was just very impressive. And I remember playing so many hours with friends and family, and I just couldn't get enough of this game, just collecting the cars and doing all the tune-ups. It was just really cool, and definitely I spent a lot of hours playing this game, and definitely this is definitely my number 4 in my list. So for my number 3 is gonna have to be Final Fantasy X. I think that this is a really great RPG, even though I'm gonna have to say that Final Fantasy VII is my favorite RPG of all time, but Final Fantasy X is very solid with this character Yuna, and some of the characters, they're very unique, like the way you level up the characters and stuff. And if you're really a big fan of the Final Fantasy X series, you would collect Final Fantasy X2. But for me, honestly, I couldn't get into X2 for some reason, but definitely I did like Final Fantasy X. But definitely this is my number 3 in my list that I recommend. My next game on the list is gonna have to be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I think that this is a really great GTA. It's the sweet spot, especially this is one of the original ones that had hot coffee. It still has a mod, and I gotta say that this is a really solid GTA game that I recommend to anybody that is looking for a good just Grand Theft Auto all around on the PlayStation 2. It came out on the Xbox, and yeah, definitely this is my number 2 in my list. Okay, so before I get to my number 1, I gotta say that there's just so many PlayStation 2 games I just definitely could not put in here, like the God of War series, the Kingdom Hearts, which I have in my collection, but I just couldn't put all that. It'll be way too big to put in the video. But for my number 1 game is gonna have to be Street Fighter EX3. I think that this is a really solid fighting game, and it sucks that it gets overshadowed by other fighting games, but honestly this game is becoming more rare every day. It ranges between $20 to $30, and this game, honestly, just the graphics, the mechanics, and the tag team is just so much fun. And honestly, if you have friends and family and you want to have some sort of tournament and fighting game, I definitely recommend this game. It's so much fun, and honestly I love the soundtrack in this game. It's really solid. Another thing about this, the only thing I don't like is the endings. It really doesn't really have any endings. Other than that, this is more like I would say like a tournament, with friends and stuff. And if you want to just beat each other up, this is definitely a game that I would recommend. So definitely this is my number 1 game on the PlayStation 2, which is kind of surprising. You would think it's an RPG or something, but for me, I'm a big Street Fighter fan, and I love the EX series. So yeah, so this is pretty much it for the video. Let me know down below, what are your top 5 PlayStation 2 games growing up? What games? I would like to know. So like always, give me a like if you guys want more videos like this. And that's it. Thanks for watching. This is Power Glove Pixels. Till next time.